Surprisingly, unless you cannot make an extra $7 per hour, cooking is not worth it. Now, this is a very drastic statement. People cook, people save money, but cooking is not worth it. It's one of the most inefficient things that you can do because it actually wastes a lot of time and money and you don't even realize it. Let's jump into the mathematical breakdown. We'll show you guys literally the breakdown on how I came to the $7 per hour figure. Let's jump into today's video. All right, so here's the Excel sheet that I put together. So 7 days worth of food, I was very conservative, $40. Remember, that's 21 meals. That's $1.90 per meal if you cook yourself. Like, this is pretty conservative. You're probably gonna spend 45 minutes grocery shopping. That's pretty normal. Remember, if it's 45 minutes, that's 20 minutes to 20 minutes back. Let's even say it's only 15 minutes to your local supermarket, 15 minutes back, plus the 5 minutes that it takes to bring the grocery into your car, unpack and go out your car, find parking. Like, you need to take into the account the finding parking time. That's something people usually forget. Cooking. So if you're cooking like 2 to 3 meals per day, that's gonna take like an hour and a half a day. So that's at least 10.5 hours per week. Dishes, that's gonna take, if you're washing breakfast, lunch and dinner, you're gonna spend at least half an hour per day washing dishes. These numbers are so conservative, like you can definitely bump all these numbers up. So that's 3.5 hours a week. Unpacking food, that's gonna take half an hour. When you buy a week's worth of groceries, unpack it, put it into all your location, that's gonna take at least like half an hour. That is nearly 16 hours per week just to feed yourself. That's roughly 2.27 hours per day if you divide it by 7. Let's say you go with the meal prep option and you buy 2 meals a day. You have cereal for breakfast and you buy lunch and dinner. And each meal you buy costs $10. So food prep sort of microwave thing might cost $10. That's very expensive. Usually you get it down to $8, even $7. So I'm being super conservative here. I'm making the time much shorter. You probably spend more time a week and I'm making the cost a lot cheaper. And I'm making the expense of the food prep more expensive. So these are super duper conservative numbers. If you cooked at home and spent $1.90 per meal, you're gonna be spending $3.80 for 2 meals if you cooked on your own. So by cooking on your own, you save $16.19. But as shown here, you spend 2.27 hours in order to save $16. If you can make more than $16 within 2.3 hours, which is $7.11 an hour, then it's not worth it for you to cook. Like, you only save like 16 freaking dollars. You might as well just work 2 hours and make, you can literally stand in the city with a cup for 2 hours and make more than $16. Or is it worth it having an extra 2.3 hours to spend with your loved ones, do your hobbies, watch a movie? Or would you rather save $16? I prefer 2.5 hours, guys. Like 2.5 hours is a lot of time. Like, I'd pay $16 to get back 2.5 hours. Time is money. So that's how I came to the calculation that if you can make more than $7 an hour, it's not worth it for you to cook. Now, let's say you have a family of 5. The numbers do change a bit. Let's do the maths if you have a family of 5. 7 days worth of food will probably cost $120. So if you times this by 5, it's 200. So I was conservative and I took in major discount. So for 1 person it's 40, 5 person is 120, just like discounted. Like, this should be more, but I'm gonna be conservative for you. Number of meals, that's gonna be 7 times 5 times 3 meals a day, that's 105. The cost per meal is $1.14. Time-wise, grocery shopping might take a bit longer, driving time would be the same, cooking time would be a bit longer, washing dishes will be an hour a day at least, unpacking will be a bit longer. So instead of spending 2.3 hours a day, you'll be spending 3.4 hours a day. Now, let's say you do 2 meals per day, you have, your whole family just eats cereal for breakfast. Number of people is 5 people. Meal prep is gonna cost $100 per day. That's pretty expensive, spending $100 a day just to feed your family. Now, if you're buying like 10 meals a day, 70 meals a week, you're gonna get bulk discounts on these meal preps. It's gonna be like down to like 6, like even $7. Let's bring it down to like $7.50. That's very conservative. If you were to go ahead and cook on your own at $1.14 per meal, times that by 10, you'll be spending $11.50 to cook on your own. So you save $63 cooking on your own, but you have to spend 3.8 hours to save $63. Unless you cannot make more than $18.73 per hour, it is not worth it for you to cook for your whole family. Or again, is having an extra 3.5 hours worth $63? Dude, I'd pay $63 to have an extra 3.5 hours with my family and loved ones. So yeah, cooking is not worth it, guys. Here's a math, get into meal prep unless you literally cannot make money with this extra time, unless you cannot make an extra $7 with an extra hour. Like some people might say, I love cooking. I just love cooking over spending time with my family and hobbies. That's a bit strange to me because it doesn't make sense unless like, yeah, that's a bit strange. Like I prefer spending time with my family or doing my hobby over cooking, but you might be different. And you might say you can do cooking with your family, this and that, but here's the math. Figure it out if it's worth for you, but cooking is not worth it for most people. And this is sort of the biggest lie that people don't know of. It's so inefficient to cook. That's why fast food has gotten so cheap. Like you get a whole meal for like $7, $8, but you have to take in account driving time, and that's why it's not worth it. Meal prep is worth it because they ship all the food to your house and all you have to do is microwave it. But yeah, that's a breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let's go ahead and announce the last video's winners for $1,000 worth of courses, the consulting course with me. The winners here. If you guys want to qualify, all you have to do is drop a question below, follow me on Instagram, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be picking the best comment every single video. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you have an amazing day. Peace.